There is nothing more embarrassing than finding out that the love of your life, the rock of your salvation, the Hercules to your, what was the name of the girl from Hercules? Yes, the Prince Charming to the Cinderella is actually not the Prince Charming. He's just Prince Charming's, Kadayamoko uko anasaidianga. I don't even know the words because honestly, there is nothing worse than finding out that your man is a kept man and he's keeping you. And I remember, I think I was telling my brother this story. This is the story the other day. I had a friend who had a mama. I will tell this story very quickly. I had a friend who had a mama. And he used to live large. Like, we used to work together, but like him, he was there for like vibes, for the lulz. Because honestly, he was driving an Audi. He lived in this beautiful house in Kileleshwa. Like, he always was in the money. So he was always really properly dressed. Like, this man was dripping. Like, kila siku wanakaa tu. I'm like, are we being paid the same salary? Because 1 + 1 is not equals 2. Mimi niko nimevaa rubber shoes za Batangoma, to jeans zenye nimerepeat almost, you wear it like every week, you wear at least twice or thrice. Like, and a top, my hair is looking how it wants to look. Like, I am looking like my problems. This man is looking good. So basically, out of conversation, we're having a conversation, is like, hey, the way you look sometimes, I worry. Do I find you a sponyo? Those days we used to call them sponyos. Do I find you a sponyo? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. So he started telling me about his story. Apparently, this woman gave him a car. The house was hers. And he used to get an allowance, like a monthly allowance. And anytime he would need money in between, he would just like holler at his mama and he'd get the cash. Like, he was living. Like, alikuwa amewekwa vizuri. Problem, he started dating a young girl, baby girl. Baby girl is living in Kileleshwa with my man, driving in my man's car. Shock and behold, when the mama found out and asked him, you better leave this girl or you're out of this situation, he thought he was in love. He decided, I'm done with you. I will go with the love of my life. Once things hit the fan, he went back to living uko Karomaindo. He realized that this girl was also in love with him because now he was her sponyo. So basically, when things got thick, she's like, babe, I don't think this is working anymore. And she left, sorry. So basically, he had to go back crawling to the mama. It was such a funny story. But I feel like I've given you some of the highlights of what a kept man looks like. Alikuwa anavaa kuvaa, like this man.
And another thing with a person who's actually being kept, they never really have like any discernible talent.
Nope.
Or you can never really place, what they do for work. They look good on the internet, and we have judged women for this for so long. We even come up with a term, ni slay queen, where she doesn't do anything. But for men are also out here looking good, always in a business suit. Always, as Kathome said, dressed to the tens. But, what do you actually do for work? You're a lawyer, but what type of law do you practice?
Where's this firm?
You're always going to work, but where, you actually just get into your car, go catch coffee, and then come back to the house by 10 a.m. What do you mean? So, like, they never have, like, a definite place of work or any sort of talent that you could say this is where they get their money from. They just look good.
They really look good. Let's not forget, most of the times, the mama is moneyed. Unasikia huyu anapewa Audi nyumba Kileleshwa. That's not a joke. That's a person who has money. So oftentimes you find that the woman is a bigger celebrity or more known than him. They're like significantly more societally relevant than this person. So they're kind of like on different zones in that aspect. And oftentimes, you will hear hints because the mama is always trying to defend them. Huku kwa mitandao. Anasema, why are you talking about that man like that? Always coming to their defense. You're like, what does this woman and this man, what do they have to do with each other? Like, why are you defending small boy? What's your problem? You have nothing else to do with your life than come into the defense of someone on social media. It's usually because...
And the appearance on social media, it's You know how we're always saying, "Do thoughts will post a thirst trap and then add a Bible verse as the caption." It's the same with this guy.
Pretty
You have
much.
seen them. Amegonga picture that we know will attract the hordes in many. Have you not seen people who comments, "Hi, please, hi, please. How are you? How is the weather where you are? Are you in Atlanta, Georgia, or are you in Nyeri?" Yani, they'll post thirst traps. You have seen them on Twitter. You've seen them on X. Wameka hivi. And you know, like, thirst traps for men and for women are very different.
Very.
Men will do it and you're like, wow,
Where?
I see how I could raise
Okay.
a family with you. That's a thirst trap.
Uh-huh.
And then they add it with, "For God so loved the world that he gave his." You're like, he's a God-fearing man. Ukiangalia kwa bio, ameweka lawyer, ameweka forex trader, ameweka technology and
Technology expert.
exactly. So these are the things you should look out for. A very embellished bio and also thirst traps with Bible quotes on it.
I feel like sometimes we cannot limit them to where they live because you, as I said, they come a dime a dozen. Nowadays, the vijanas are not looking for, including, what was the name of that kid, the one who speaks a lot of shag? I think he did a show with, I forget his name. And he was saying, kama type yangu nimerealize type yangu ni wa mama. Nimerealize type yangu ni wa mama. What's the name of that guy? And then he was saying that if you are looking, if you're looking, he's taking bookings. If you're looking and you're a mama and you've got money, he's taking bookings. I feel like not everyone is of that crass, like of that level. Not everyone will live in Ruaka or Thika Road. These days, guys are being kept in Karen. Guys are being kept in Kitusuru. Don't play with it. So do not assume that simply because they're living in this regular place that they're not kept, or that because they're living in this posh place they're being kept. Let's not forget, you remember that other viral video that has gone around where this mama, she makes me laugh. She says kijana kaboy, najaribu kukutafutia kazi hapa kwa hardware, alafu unakuja unatetemeka tu, unatetemeka hapa. Sasa baba kama wanashaga, shida yako ni gani? Wewe unakuja unajitetemesha hapa, unajitetemesha, mimi najaribu kukuleta kazi. Dio, in the middle of the day tunapiga ka 1 2 1 2, unajua nakuonesha ka ram like, it's not, there's a huge disparity in the two conditions. One is in Karen, one is being given a job at the hardware, because at the end of the day, wamamas come in all shapes, sizes, and social backgrounds. So don't assume. Always find your data.
And also the time that is availed to entertain you or just to talk to you. First of all, you cannot call them at night because they're with their mama. First of all, when you guys are hanging out, akipata phone call, atasema, an emergency has come. I need to leave.
Yeah.
My grandmother has fallen. Kumbe the grandmother is actually his mumama who has fallen and needs to be picked
and he's
up.
the one who wants to fall on her.
And he's as in, you're partying. So you guys are, you're young, wild and free.
He's buying all the botis.
We're partying. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Anaangalia saa hivi nasema, I need to go. Because haezi kaa past 8 p.m. Mumama atalala. Ujo by 10 anakuanga memeza supplements na amelala na tumaji na kachai.
Ama alikuwa na appointment hiyo siku, because mama si lazima mkwe mnaishi na yeye.
Na atasikiza obituaries kwa vernacular radio. So by 10 this woman is asleep, so he has to be home before 8 p.m. Why do anyway? Maybe we'll start listening to
so then when you get there, like, don't judge it. It's because you don't know your friends. Guy, you don't know you're keeping up with your friends. Yeah, because it gets to an age where it's every week you're going for a new funeral. It is what it is.
No more than it to announce the death of aliku.
How did it get so dark so fast? Anyway, I think another one is the very odd behavior. Because, like, for me, a guy who takes mirror selfies is just like, okay, I get it, but okay. It's not very often that we see men in bathrooms taking mirror selfies. Like, we see the girlies do it because it's kind of like a thing even. It's like a mirror selfie, fit check, blah, blah, blah. But why is this man so concerned with how he looks to the point where he stood in front of a mirror, took a selfie with the mirror, and then posted it on social media? He's updating his mama, or they're out with the mama. He's been taken somewhere very nice, and he's just like trying to remember what that bathroom looks like. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's collecting memories for himself because he's never been there, and now he needs to have footage of it, like just to.
And we've already established that these people, they don't have any discernible talent. We're not quite sure where they work or what they do for money.
Yeah.
But one thing about them is they will be in a different location. They will go on a road trip. They will just globetrot. They will be London, Amsterdam. You know, they'll go on a Euro tour. I'm in LA.
And always alone.
And always alone.
Always alone.